Okay, good evening, class. No, before anything else, no, kindly comment down below your complete name for attendance purposes. Okay, so comment down below your complete name for attendance purposes, and we will start our online class, no, um, in 2 minutes time. Okay, let's proceed, no? So, hindi naman putol-putol yung boses ko, no? Audio check. And slide check. Nakikita ba sa end nyo? Okay. So, our example, no? This is a slide. No? If nakikita sa end nyo. So, this example is somehow, no? Na-solve na natin kanina, umaga. But, I just want to emphasize, no? That this example, no, is an example on how to apply Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. And also there is an Ohm's law. Okay? So this is to determine both our induced EMF and induced current in a coil. Huh? So take note, we have an induced EMF to be required. Okay? And now, so the problem state, no? Problem statement, a coil has a number of turns. Now, when we say number of turns, that is our value of N. No? So our value of N here is 200. Okay? So we have here given, which is N is equals to 200. No? So what if we have a given, we have a number of thorns, no? The N, if the coil has 10 thorns, no? Ibig sabihin, our value of N is 10 also, no? Okay, so that's it. So the problem statement, a coil has number of thorns, which is N, equals to 200. No? And the square frame side length is 18 cm. No? So, ibig sabihin, class, that is the square frame. No? And then we have a resistance of R. which is equals to 2. Huh? What else? What is the given? A magnetic charge. Breakdown lang natin. So, we have magnetic charge or magnetic field rather changes from 0 Tesla to 5 Tesla. Okay. Now, we have interval of time interval of 0.8, 0.8 or zero point 0.8 seconds. Okay? So this is just a review lang, no? So our change in time is equals to 0.80 seconds. Okay. Now, the magnetic field is applied perpendicular to the plane. Perpendicular to the plane of the coil. So we are asked to find the induced EMF in the coil and the induced current. No? So first we need to find the area of the coil. No? And it is the area of the coil based on the problem that is 8 cm square. No? So, minsan sa pag-intindi natin ng problem, no, as you can um, understand, no, we have 18 cm, no, square frame side length. So, if ang pagkaintindi ko ay 18 cm in the square frame, so ibig sabihin we have 18 cm length. But the problem state that we have area with 18 cm square. No? Okay, so this is our area. No? So minsan, we have based on someone understanding, no? Iba-iba kasi yung understanding natin. Now, um, ang first understanding ko dito ay we have 18 cm, no? Side or length of the square. Okay? No? But as you can see, no? So that is the square or the total area of the square frame. No? So it needs hindi na siya pwede i-multiply pa. So that is our exact area. No? Okay. So since cm man ito, so we need to convert into meters. No? So the equivalent in meters is 0.018 square meter. Okay? So, or meter square. Okay? Now, so we have an area. Huh? So, Faraday states that our E, no, the induced EMF is equals to negative N, no, the number of coil multiplied by our change in magnetic flux divided by our change in time. So take note that the formula of our magnetic flux. So take note of the formula of magnetic flux. This is phi. No? So, sige, assist na lang siya. So, that is equals to our magnetic field denoted as B, our surface area, and our cos theta or the angle. Okay? So, that's it. Now, so we have the formula of magnetic flux. Okay? Okay. So, because the magnetic field is perpendicular to the what? To the coil. No? Because of the magnetic field is perpendicular to the coil, the field is parallel to the vector area. So that our theta class is what? Our theta value is equals to 0. Okay? So, cosine theta or cosine 0 is equals to 1. So, theta is equals to 0, no? 0 degree, since the magnetic field is perpendicular to the coil and the field is parallel to the area vector. So, take note, cosine 0 or cosine 0 degrees is equals to 1. So, substitute all. Ah, so, substitute natin lahat. Okay? So, ang makukuha natin is 0.225 volts. Now, remember the formula of volts. No? So, this formula, take note, this is coming from, no? This is coming from voltage is equals to the current multiplied by our resistor. No? So, E, this is our induced EMF or our voltage or our potential, this is a voltage, okay, or our induced AMF. Okay, so that's it. Huh? Okay, so this formula is coming from Ohm's law. Huh? Okay, now proceed na tayo. Huh? Okay, so we need to answer this. Okay, proceed tayo sa next topic na. So, Lenz's law. Okay. So, in 1834, Russian physicist Heinrich Lenz discovered the directional relationship between the uh, induced magnetic field. Okay? So, the magnetic field or the relationship between magnetic field uh, between the voltage and also between the current. Okay, so when a conductor is passed within the lines of the force, a magnetic field uh, or lines of the force of a magnetic field, an induced electromotive force generates a current that induces a counter magnetic field that opposes the magnetic field generating the current. Okay. So, we have a formula no, of AMF. So, familiar lang din siya, no? So, ginamit lang din yung formula ni Faraday or Faraday. No? Okay. So, what we're going to do no, is the Lenz's law say that he considered a magnet. A magnet that or with north pole moving towards the conductor or conducting pole. Saglit lang class, no? So, medyo mainit. So, I need to open the Okay. Sige. So, sorry for that interruption. Now, okay. So, if no, so if the current is in use in the direction, no, so what direction it will flow? No, si Faraday, the inventor, no, so he invented that through coil and through magnet, no, it can produce electric field or magnetic field, right? But si Lenz law, no, so he is the scientist, no, study that a changing in magnetic flux induces an EMF. And when it comes to the induced electromotive force that generates a current that induces a countermagnetic field that opposes the field or the magnetic field generating the current. So it simply means that the induced current always create a magnetic field that opposes the change in magnetic flux that causes it. Okay. So when we say opposes, no? So take note of the word opposes, no? Ibig sabihin class, this not help the change happen, no? Instead, the induced current act against the change, no? The nature does not help the change happen. Instead the induced current acts against the change. Now, why does opposition occur, no? Why? So think about the conservation of energy. So imagine if the induced current, no? So pag sinabing induced current, it produce current or generate current, no? Imagine if the induced current help the change instead of opposing it, a moving magnet would induce a current. And the induced current would create a magnetic field that pulls the magnet even more. So this would increase motion without requiring additional energy. So this would violate the law of conservation of energy. Therefore, the nature requires the induced current to oppose the original change. So for example, no, the magnet moving toward the coal, no, the moving magnet towards a coal. So suppose a north pole of a magnet approaches a coil. So what happened? No? So first, the magnetic field, no, through coil or through the coil increases, and the EMF or EMF is induced, and the current flows in the coil, and the coil produces its own magnetic field. Now, according to the Lenz's law, the coil must oppose the increasing flux. So therefore, the side of the coil facing the approaching North Pole behaves like a North Pole. So since like poles repel, no, the coil repels the approaching magnet. So the increase in flux is opposed. Okay? So another example, the magnet moving away a coil. No? Kanina is magnet moving toward the coil. Ngayon, magnet moving away from a coil. Now, suppose that the North Pole moves away from the coil. So, what happens? No? North Pole moves away from the coil. No? Iniiwasan niya yung coil, si North Pole of the magnet. So, anong mangyayari? So, this time, the magnetic flux through the coil is decreases. And now, what happened to MEPF? So an EMF is induced, no? So same as the first example, no? An EMF is also induced, no? And the current also flows in the coil. Now, the coil creates its own magnetic field. So this time, the coil tries to prevent the decrease. Okay, take note. So the side facing it receding magnet becomes a south pole. So since opposite poles attract, the coil pulls on the magnet, and there is the decrease in flux because it is opposing. Okay, so again, the induced effect opposes the change. Okay, so meaning of the negative sign in Faraday's law. Huh? So our negative sign is a mathematically representation of Lenz's law. Okay, so this negative sign here. Okay, so this is why, again, there is a negative sign in Faraday's law. So the negative sign is a mathematical representation of Lenz's law. So it indicates that the induced EMF and induced current are directed so as to oppose the change in magnetic field. So without Lenz's law, the negative sign would have no physical meaning. Okay? So when we say determining the current direction, no? So this is what the Lenz's law tells us. No? So determining the current direction. Now to determine the direction of the induced current, no? So let's first, no, the first step is to identify whether the magnetic flux is increasing or decreasing, no? So identify whether the magnetic flux is increasing or decreasing. Step 2 is to determine the magnetic field needed to oppose that change. And step 3 is don't forget to use the right hand rule, no? So what is right hand rule? So you will curl your fingers in the direction of current and your thumb points in the direction of magnetic field that produced by the coil. So this allows us to determine whether the current is clockwise or counterclockwise. No? So by this law, no? So this is why our electric generators invented. No? The electric generators, the induced current opposes the motion that creates electricity. No? So also our transformer. No? So the induced magnetic field interacts with the primary magnetic field according to the Lenz's law. No? So, okay. So, what else? No? The electromagnetic brakes. No? So, saan ito ginagamit? Itong electromagnetic brakes. No? Ito yung laging sinasakyan nyo. No? So, galing at Antipolo pa Manila. So, this is uses in trains. No? So, used in trains, solar coasters, and industrial machinery. So, any moving metal objects that experience induced current that oppose its motion, producing a breaking points. Okay? So, lastly, no, yung induction, no, our um, ginagamit natin when we cook, no, in the kitchen. So by changing the magnetic fields, induced currents in cookware, no, it produces heat. Okay, so in Lenz's law determines the direction of induced current. And take note, the induced current always opposes the change in magnetic flux that produce it. No? So that's why we have negative and here. No? Okay, and this is our magnetic flux. Okay, if the magnetic flux is increasing, the induced field opposes the increase. Okay, and if the magnetic flux decrease, the induced field opposes the decrease. Okay, so if again, if the magnetic field increases, the induced field opposes the increase. And the magnetic field decreases, the induced field opposes the decrease. Okay, now, um, the negative sign in Faraday's law represents Lenz's law. And the Lenz law is a direct consequence of the conservation of energy. Take note, induced current opposes the change that produces it. Okay? So, according to Lenz's law, uh, so what magnetic pole will the near side of the coil become? No, if we have a north pole of a magnet is moving toward the coil. Okay. So, what magnetic pole will the near side of the coil become? Okay. So, the near side of the coil becomes a north pole so that it repels the approaching north pole of the magnet and the opposes the increase in magnetic flux. Okay. Now, okay, so this is the practical application of Lenz's law. And this is help us to determine the direction of induced currents. So you have current, no, which is represent as I, and we have the voltage represent as B, no, denoted as you can see in the figure. Okay, so it helps us determine the direction of induced current when a magnet moves towards a conducting loop. So as you can see in the figure, no, a bar magnet is moving towards, no, itong arrow pa right. This is the bar magnet is moving toward a conducting loop, no? And there is the pole that is north pole facing the loop. Okay, and the red arrow here, our V, indicates that the magnet velocity is towards the loop. Okay, now we have blue line. This is represent as magnetic field. Take note, the sign of magnetic field is letter B. No? The magnetic field passing through the loop. Okay, so what direction will the induced current flow? Okay, so let's find out. No? So first, did you observe that the magnetic flux changing? Did you observe? So yes. So no? As the north moves towards the loop, more magnetic field passes through the loop, and the magnetic field strength through the loop what? Increasing, right? Okay. So since increases man siya or increasing, therefore the magnetic flux changes. Okay? So take note and recall our formula of the magnetic flux, no? So this is BA cosine theta. Okay? Yeah, now, since more field lines pass through the loop, the flux is increasing. Okay? More field lines means flux is increasing. Okay? So, we're talking about magnetic flux. Huh? Magnetic flux. Okay. Now, the flux is increasing. What is the reason? Why? Why is it increasing? Because no, the magnet is getting closer and closer to the coil, causing more magnetic field lines to pass through the loop. So therefore, we have our magnetic flux. Huh? So magnetic flux is greater than 0. Huh? Okay. So that's it. Huh? Now, to apply the Lenz's law. Huh? So since Lenz's law state that the induced current creates a magnetic field that opposes the change causing it. Huh? So take note of the phrase opposes the change. Okay. So notice that the original magnetic flux is increasing towards the right. Okay. The original magnetic flux is increasing towards the right. Okay. So the loop responds by creating its own magnetic field that opposes this increase. So therefore, the induced magnetic field must point opposite the approaching magnetic field. Now, let's determine the induced magnetic pole. Huh? So, since the approaching pole is the north pole, the loop tries to repel. Okay? To create a repulsive force, the face of the loop closest to the magnet must also become a north pole. So remember that if we have north, it repels north. No? And the south repels south. North attracts south. So the loop becomes a temporary electromagnetic whose nearby face acts as a north pole. Okay, so using the right hand rule to determine the current directions. So point your right thumb in the direction of the induced magnetic field. Curl your fingers around the loop, huh? And for the near side of the loop to behave a north pole. Now, the magnetic field inside the loop points, no? The magnetic field inside the loop points toward the magnet. No? So using the right hand rule, your curled fingers indicate the current direction. And the induced current flows counterclockwise. No? Counterclockwise when viewed from the magnet side. No? So we have here counterclockwise if eto yon viewed from the magnet. Counterclockwise, eto yung clockwise. Okay. So this no? This matches no? The conclusion of the opposing of induced field. Okay? Now, why must the current be counterclockwise? Bakit kailangan natin na maging counterclockwise yung current? So, what we're going to do is let's think physically, no? So the approach of the magnets try to increase the magnetic flux. Okay? Now, if the loop produce a magnetic field in the same direction as the magnetic field, the flux would increase even more. And the loop would assist the change. So this would violate the principle behind Lenz's law. So instead, the induced current creates a field, no? Creates a field that resists the increase. Thus, the induced current is or must be in counterclockwise. Okay, counterclockwise when viewed from approaching magnet. Okay, so the rule of negative sign in Faraday's law. No? So this is also shows that no, um, the Faraday's laws, no, we have negative n multiplied by the change in magnetic flux all over the change in time. So the negative sign represent Lenz's law. So it tells us the induced EMF no, opposes the changing flux, and we have the induced current opposes the change producing it. So with the negative sign, the equation would not indicate the correct physical direction of induced current. Okay? So take note na. So increasing in flux, opposing magnetic field. No? And the direction of current is counterclockwise. Okay? Now, what if, no? If the magnet were moving away from the loop instead of towards, would the induced current still be counterclockwise? Okay? So take a look at on the second image, no? This one. No? This is what I am saying. If the magnet were moving away from the loop instead no, moving towards it. Huh? Okay. So would the induced current still be counterclockwise? Huh? What would be the answer? The answer is no. No, the magnetic flux would be decreasing. So the loop would try to maintain the flux. No? Maintain the flux by creating a magnetic field, no? And the magnetic field becomes in the same direction as the original. So the induced current would reverse direction and becomes clockwise. Okay? So this will happen if our magnet is moving towards the loop. Okay? So, proceed tayo. Okay. Okay. So, can we have an example? Medyo mahabang example, no? Okay. So, can we answer? Okay. So, duplicate lang ni ma'am. Okay. So, an example on how to use Lenz's law. So, determine the direction of the induced current in a nearby coil. Okay. So, we have here use Lenz's law to determine the direction of induced current through E and B. If A switch is open, if B is closed, and C is variable. Okay, so let's answer letter A first. Okay, so we do our solution here. Okay, now, so we have here a coil A connected to a battery. Switch we have here denoted as S. In the variable of the resistor, which is R, and the coil B placed beside coil A. Okay, so we have point A and point B. Huh? So indicated the possible direction of induced current in a coil. No? Induced current in a coil B. Okay, now remember the Lenz's law. The induced current always produces a magnetic field that opposes the change in magnetic flux causing it. Now, we have a case A, which is the switch is open or not. No current in the coil and no induced magnetic field, so there is no current A and B. So, that is the prediction or the answer. Okay. So, if, so dito tayo sa A, no? So, if the switch is open, so what will happen? No? We will determine the direction of induced current through the point A and B. Now, no? Suppose na hindi pa natin nabasa yung solution, no? Okay? So, if the switch is on, okay? So, the switch is open, right? Okay. So, the switch is open, therefore, no current, no current flows in the coil A. No magnetic field is produced by coil B, and no magnetic flux passes through the coil B. No change in magnetic flux. So, take note that according in the Faraday's law, no, that if we don't have magnetic flux, no, ano yung symbol ng magnetic flux natin? Okay. So, we have here the change in magnetic flux, and this is 0. No? There is no induced EMF. Okay? No current through either point A and point B. Huh? If the switch is open. Okay? So, open siya, ibig sabihin hindi siya naka-connect class. Huh? So, initially, nag-open siya. Once na ma-close siya, huh? So, that is our situation B. No? Situation B tayo. What if the switch is closed? No? This time closed tayo. No? Okay. So, the switch is closed. The moment that the switch is closed, what will happen? No? Kanina, open yung switch. Ngayon is close yung switch. Okay? Okay. So, the moment the switch is closed, huh, the current begin flowing through a coil. Huh? A magnetic or the current increases from 0 to some value. And a magnetic field is produced and grows stronger. Okay? So in our image, no, in our slide, it indicates that the coil A creates a magnetic field directed to the light or the right, no? Directed to the right. Okay. Now, what happened? Now, what happened to the flux in the coil B? The magnetic flux through coil B is increasing. Why? Because our magnetic flux, huh? So the change in magnetic flux is greater than 0. Huh? Okay. So by Lenz's law, the coil B must oppose, no, take note, must oppose the increase in magnetic flux. Therefore, the coil B creates its own magnetic field directed to the left. Okay, using right-hand rule, the induced current must circulate so that the points, no, the field points left. And this produces current through the coil B from B towards A. Okay, so the result would be the current flows from B to A. Uh, the current flows from A or from B. Excuse me. The current flows, sulat na lang natin. Okay, so using the right-hand rule, the induced current must circulate so that its field points left. Now, this produce current through coil B and from B towards A, no? Small b towards small a. And the result would be the current flows from B to A. Okay, how about case C? Huh? So, iris natin yung, ayun. So, duplicate lang natin. So, what will happen on the case 3 if the variable R is increases? Huh? Okay, sorry for that interruption, no? Okay. Now, what happened, no? On our case, letter C, if the variable R is increased, no? Ibig sabihin, the resistance R is increased. So, in this situation, class, the switch remains closed. And there is the increasing of um, resistance. When we say increasing of resistance, now what will happen to the current? What will happen to the current if the resistance is increasing? No? The current is decreases in a coil A. Okay? So according to okay, kinabahan ako, no? Yung toddler ko nahulog nahulog sa higaan. At siya ay tulog na. Okay, so moving on. So we have, according to the Ohm's law, we have I, our current is equals to voltage over resistance. Okay. As the R is increases, what happened to the current, no? So since denominator yung resistance natin, pag lalaki yung denominator, liliit itong current, no? The current is inversely proportion to or to our resistance. Okay, so therefore, the magnetic field generated by a coil A decreases and the magnetic flux through coil B decreases. Okay, so therefore, our change in magnetic flux, what? This is less than 0. Okay, since this is decreases. Okay, so applying Lenz's law, the induced current now tries to prevent the decrease in flux. So therefore, coil B produce a magnetic flux, no, in the same direction as the original field from coil A towards the right. Okay. Now using our right hand rule, the current direction reverses compared to the part B. So the result would be the current flows from A to B. Okay? So, to sum up, no, if the switch is open, no, the switch is open, there's no change in flux, no, in coil B. and there's no current induced in current, no? In induced in current, no current. Flux change in coil B, no change at all. Now, if the switch is closed, the flux is increases. Okay? The flux is increases in a coil B. And the induced current is from B to A. No? Now, the resistance, punta tayo sa resistance is increases, letter C. The flux decreases and the induced current is flow from A to B. Okay? So, when solving Lenz's law problems, no, always follow the steps. First, determine whether the magnetic flux changes. No? To decide whether the flux is increases or decreases. And then, lastly, no, second to the last, apply Lenz's law. It's either oppose, no, oppose is an increase and maintain a decrease. Okay? And lastly, use the right hand rule to determine the current direction. Okay. Now, my question is, if the resistance R were suddenly decrease, no? This time decrease. Kanina is increase. What would happen? Huh? What would happen to the current in the coil A? And what happened to the magnetic flux through coil B? Huh? And coil B would oppose this increase. Okay, so if the resistance R were suddenly decrease instead of increase, would what would happen? Okay, now this is the answer. The current in the coil A would increase, no? Causing the magnetic flux through coil B to increase, no? Since it opposes. No? So coil B would oppose the increase and the induced current would flow in the same direction as in the case B. So the current is flowing from B towards A. Okay? So much for that. Punta tayo dito kay motional EMF. No? So our objectives is to calculate induce no? in a conductor moving through a magnetic field. Okay. So, ano ba nagpapa-add? Yeah. Okay, remind ko lang, no? So, to those who are here, kindly comment down below your complete name for attendance purposes. Okay. Now, diretso tayo sa EMF. So, motional EMF. Okay. So, motional EMF. So, as you can see, no, the concept of motional electromotive force, no, electromotive force or motional EMF, which occurs when a conductor, no, take note, conductor moves through a magnetic field. Okay, so as you can see in the figure, it shows that we have a conductor bar. No? We have a bar length L, and the bar is being pulled to the right. No, hinihila siya pa right with our velocity v. Now, the uniform magnetic field B points. Now, this is the page or represented by the X symbol. So, we have magnetic field that is uniform, denoted as B. Now, the bar forms part of the closed conducting loop. No? So, we have bar forms, no? Part of a closed conducting loop. So partly of the bar, we have a bar, we have a conducting bar. Partly naka-close siya or naka-enclose in the conducting loop. No? As the bar moves, an EMF induced. Take note, as a bar moves, an EMF is induced. This is causing a current to flow around the circuit. Okay, so this is our charges, right? Now, the charges moves with the bar. Okay, so the free electrons inside this metal or metal rod moves together with the rod as a velocity v. Take note, no? The free electrons inside the metal rod move together with the rod at a velocity v. Since the rod is moving through the magnetic field, each charges experience a magnetic force. And the force that we mentioned, this is a force equals to what? Charges, which is Q, huh? Via velocity multiplied by our magnetic field. Okay, now this is a vector, right? Okay, so the velocity using the right hand rule, huh? Use your right hand rule. The velocity is to the right, to the right. Okay, the magnetic field is into the page. So the positive charges are pushes towards one end of the rod, while electrons accumulate at the opposite end. So this separation of charge creates a voltage difference. Huh? The separation of charge creates a voltage difference across the rods. Now, what happened to the magnetic flux? No? Magnetic flux changes. As the rod moves to the right, the area enclosed by the loop increase. No? The area here enclosed R increases. And the shaded region in the figure represents the area inside the magnetic field. Okay? Now, the magnetic flux, take note our magnetic flux. This is equals to what? Magnetic field multiplied by our area. Now, our our angle here is 0. So, therefore, cosine theta is 1. So, ang matitira na lang is B A, or our magnetic field multiplied by the surface area. Now, since the area, what is our area here? Length, our L multiplied by our X. And X is the distance that moves by the rod. Okay? Okay. Ngayon, we have our magnetic flux. Right? Using or based on the Faraday's law, we have negative n, change in magnetic flux all over change in time. Now, magnetic flux having the equal value of magnetic field multiply the area. Now, the area is what? Length times our x, no? X distance moved by the rod. Okay, so therefore we have magnetic field, no? Substitute lang sa area or surface area, which is length times our x distance moved by the rod all over our time. Okay, now take note, huh, that this x distance moved by the rod, no, all over a certain time, no? Diba this is our velocity class? Huh? So velocity, what is the unit of velocity? Meter per seconds. Okay? So therefore, the the normal or the motional EMF formula, this is our motional EMF formula, no? So which is a BL, Okay. So don't forget also, no, that here in emotional EMF, we will solving our current. No? So from the formula, voltage, which is denoted as E, is equals to IR. To find our I, or current, we have I is equals to voltage or our EMF divided by our resistance. No? So simply substitute the value of E and we got this formula. Okay, so where I is our induced current and R is the total circuit resistance. Now, why does current flow? Bakit siya nagpo-flow? No? Why does current flow? So the moving rod, no, continuously increases the loop's area. Continually increases. And the increases area means increases in magnetic flux. Uh, Okay, so according to Faraday law, a changing magnetic fields what induces an EMF. No? Changing in magnetic flux induces an EMF. Okay, so that is according to Faraday's law. Okay, note na lang natin dito sa baba, no? Okay, so according to the Faraday's law, a changing magnetic flux induces an EMF. Okay, take note of that, no? Okay, so because the circuit is closed, that EMF drives a current around the loop. Now, talking about Lenz's law. Okay, so the Lenz's law states that the induced current always opposes the change that it causes. No? Now, since the magnetic flux into the page is increasing, the induced current produces its own magnetic fields that opposes the increase. So using the right-hand rule, the induced current flows counterclockwise around the loop. Okay? So, take note of the formulas, ano? Okay. So, in summary, in motional EMF, the conductor physically moves through a magnetic field. Take note, physically moves through a magnetic field. Now, the motion causes the magnetic flux through the circuit to change, inducing an EMF. The faster the inductor or the faster the conductor moves, the stronger the magnetic field. Or the longer the conductor, the larger the induced voltage. So it simply indicates, no, that if we have induced our E, let's draw here, no? Our E is directly proportion to our magnetic field, our length, and our voltage. Our voltage. Okay? So, that's it. Huh? Sige, let's have one question. Okay. So, an airplane with a wingspan of 30 meter flies parallel to the Earth surface at the location where the downward component of the Earth's magnetic field is 0.60 times 10 raised to the power of negative 4 Tesla. No? That is our magnetic field. This is our B. No? The value of our B. This one. Huh? This is our P. Okay. So the location, or find the difference in potential. Difference in potential between what? Huh? Between the wing tips. If the speed of the plane is 2.5, huh? Or 250 meter per second. So this is our voltage. Huh? So our speed rather. Huh? Our velocity speed. Huh? Okay. Now, we have the length, huh? Which is 30 meter parallel to the Earth's surface. No? Simply substitute lang if you need to find the difference in potential. So, when we say difference in potential, this is our EMF. No? Or difference in potential. Okay. Next question. No? This would be the last slide. Okay. So, here in the second exercises, a conducting loop has an area. Take note, we have an area which is 0.065 meter per second. No? Take note, naka-meter na siya. We have magnetic field, no? Which is 0.30 Tesla. No? And the time interval which is 0.087 seconds. The average induced EMF given siya, class. So, this is our E. So, ano yung hinahanap? The initial magnetic field. Okay. So, why initial magnetic field? Now, take note that the magnetic field is always perpendicular. Or, it says that perpendicular to the plane of the loop, which means that the magnetic flux is simply what? We have cosine 0 degree. No? And the cosine 0 degree is equals to 1. Okay? Okay, so this is cosine 0 degree. This is equals to 1. Ay, sobraan. Hindi na siya babalik. Ayun. So, cosine 0 degree is equals to 1. Okay? Now, applying Faraday's law, so we have E, huh? We have here formula, applying Faraday's law. Since the problem, how many loop? Oh, how many loop? Sige nga, our N. Did it mention if how many loop? Okay, our loop. So the problem gives only one loop. Okay, so our E, huh? So our E is our change in magnetic flux, which is magnetic field multiplied by the area divided by the change in time. So because the area remains constant, huh, we will replace or replacing our the change in magnetic field, I'm so sorry for that, no? The change in magnetic field is from 0.30 T, no? 0.30 T. Okay? So this is 0.30 T. Okay? So para hindi na lang. Okay. So our change in B, so this is equals to our final, no? The final magnetic field minus our initial magnetic field. Okay? So since change in B is final, no? Final minus initial. Okay, so ang hinahanap is initial value of magnetic field. So from this equation, no, what will happen? Transpose natin na itong BI, since initial magnetic field ang hinahanap, no? And this is equals to BF. And transpose natin ito sa kabila from left to right. So magiging negative change in B. Okay? Now, we have formula in solving what initial field. Okay? So, BI is equals to, what is our BF? 0.30. Okay. Oops. And this is minus what? Minus change in P. So, what is change in P? Okay. What is change in B? So, this is coming from this. No? This is E is equals to change in BA is equals to all over change in time. Okay, so from this formula class, we will get now the change in B, the magnetic field. Okay, so what would be our magnetic field? This is equals to E multiplied by change in T all over our what? Our area. Okay? So, this one, isa-substitute natin dito ang value. Okay? Change in P. So, take note, change in B. So, that is E. Do we have E? Yes, we have, ma'am. Our E is 1.2. No? Induced EMF. We have 1.2 in volts. Our change in time is 0.087. Okay? 0.087 all over. What is our area? 0.065. Okay? Thus, we can solve now the initial magnetic field. Yes, we can now solve. Huh? Okay. So to calculate, so this is simply our BI is equals to 1.0 point or point 30 huh? 0.30 minus 1.2 multiplied by 0.87 divided by 0.065. And we got 1.31. And the unit is in Tesla. Okay, question. Okay, so we will compare, no? If B initial is greater than our B final. B final, no? Or B initial, does it greater than B final? Yeah, yes, right? Okay, kasi B initial greater than B final, since our V initial is 1.31. This is 1.31 Tesla, greater than our magnetic field final, which is 0.30. So that's why it says here that the magnitude of magnetic field is decreases. No? And this is 0.30 Tesla. Okay, so this is exactly what we saw. No, the changing magnetic field produce an induced EMF according to Faraday's law. A larger change in magnetic field over a short time period, a larger EMF. Take note, ha? A larger change in magnetic field over a short time produces a large EMF. Okay, so recap. What is causing the induced EMF? What causes induced EMF? So in this problem, the loop is not moving and the area is not changing. The angle is not changing also. So the only thing changes is our magnetic field strength, which is our B value, no? The VI and the BF. So therefore, the induced EMF comes entirely from the change in B and making Faraday's law straightforward to apply this formula. Okay? So, do you have a question? Okay, question class. Wala? Okay, so tapos na tayo sa electromagnetism. Huh? So, electromagnetism. And the only remaining module is module nature and propagation of lights. This is optics, no? To be discussed on Monday. Okay? So, thank you again for attending our makeup online class, no? See you on our last meeting and that is Monday. Okay? Nag-initial announcement na ako, no? Regarding the long history and the final. Thank you, class. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you po, Miss. Bye.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Hello? Hello? Hello?